Have you ever been surrounded by people and still felt strangely alone? You are there, you are talking, smiling, replying, listening, maybe even laughing, but inside something feels distant, disconnected, like nobody truly understands you. And the strange part is, you cannot always explain why, because technically, you are not alone. You have people around you, friends, family, coworkers, conversations, notifications, messages, but somehow something still feels emotionally empty. And over time, that feeling becomes exhausting because loneliness is supposed to happen when you are alone, right? So why does it still happen when people are everywhere? Why can a crowded room feel emotionally empty? Why can someone sit beside you and still feel far away? Psychology has an interesting answer, because loneliness is not always the absence of people. Sometimes it is the absence of emotional connection, and those are completely different things. Humans do not only need company, they need emotional safety, the feeling that someone understands them, sees them, accepts them, without forcing them to pretend. And when that emotional connection is missing, the nervous system notices, even if you do not consciously realize it. Imagine being in a room where everyone speaks a language you almost understand. You recognize parts of it, you smile, you try to join in, you pretend everything feels normal. But deep inside, you still feel separate, like something invisible stands between you and everyone else. That's what emotional loneliness often feels like. You are present, but not fully connected. And strangely enough, some of the loneliest people are surrounded by others all the time, because being seen is not the same as being understood. And being around people does not automatically mean feeling emotionally close. You can talk to someone every day and still feel emotionally alone. You can be inside a relationship and still feel lonely. Inside friendships, families, even inside love. Because emotional loneliness is quiet, invisible, hard to explain. Most people don't even notice it happening. They just start feeling tired, emotionally drained, disconnected, unmotivated, like something important inside them feels missing. And here's where things become deeper. Sometimes the loneliness you feel around people did not start today. Sometimes it started years ago. Maybe when your feelings were ignored. Maybe when people listened but never truly understood. Maybe when expressing emotions felt unsafe. Or maybe you learned very early that being accepted meant hiding parts of yourself. So slowly, without realizing it, you adapted. You became easier to understand, easier to like, easier to accept. You filtered yourself. You stopped saying certain things, stopped showing certain emotions, stopped sharing certain thoughts. Not because they disappeared, because hiding felt safer. And over time, something painful starts happening. People begin loving the version of you that feels acceptable, but not always the real you. And that creates emotional distance. Because deep down, you quietly start wondering, if people knew the real me, would they still stay? That fear changes everything. You become physically present, but emotionally guarded. You speak, but not completely honestly. You connect, but only halfway. And eventually, loneliness grows. Not because nobody cares, because nobody fully knows you. And maybe that empty feeling inside you is not weakness. Maybe it's your mind quietly asking for something deeper.